Good morning. It's Friday morning, about 6:45. I left the house about 5 o'clock this morning. I'm on the road, and I'm headed back to one of my favorite places, the Appalachian Trail. Closer, but basically I'm going to do my next section hike, and it's going to be for about a week. Today I'm driving to Roan Mtn, North Carolina. That's where I'm parking. Get a hostel there for the night, and then I'll catch my shuttle ride first thing in the morning, Saturday morning, back down to the trailhead at Hot Springs, North Carolina to hike. Alrighty, I'm not gonna be long. I made it to Roan Mtn, Tennessee. It took me about 12.5 hours. The driving was crazy coming through Chattanooga, but I've already got checked into the hostel. I got my food ordered. I'm fixing to get a bite to eat and charge up my devices and wait for my shuttle ride in the morning. It's about 8 o'clock at night. But yeah, everything looks good. I'm at the station at 19E. I'll tell you more about it in the morning, but it's a pretty cool hostel, real popular on the trail. And yeah, I'll show you around a little bit more in the morning. It's already dark and it's raining. It's crazy going from South Louisiana weather, where we are in the upper 70s and 80s today, to here it's 39 degrees and wet and windy. And spring has not sprung here. Everything is still dormant. So a little bit more in the morning. Y'all have a good night. All right, good morning from Roan Mtn, North Carolina. As you can see, I am definitely up in the mountains. Right up over here on the other side of that hill there is Roan Mtn State Park. That's the last mountain I've got to cross coming back on Thursday of this next week. It'll take me a week to get back to my car. It's 6,000 and change foot, the mountain that I've got to climb, Roan. The shelter on it is the highest shelter on the Appalachian Trail, over 6,000 foot of elevation. So yeah, this is the hostel I stayed at last night. Super nice place, got a nice little food, got a little pub in there. They had a little live music, had some good food after traveling all day, definitely needed it. Nice place. You can tent back there if you need to, which I did, and I got a room inside the hostel here. It was only 30 bucks for the night. Got a fresh shower, got cleaned up. Everything's packed up. Waiting for my shuttle driver. He should be here anytime. As you can see, I am full on winter gear. It is 39 degrees this morning. I'm getting shuttled down to Hot Springs, North Carolina, and which is 120 trail miles from here. So I'll be doing 120 miles over 7 days. Most days are between 16 to 18 miles per day. I am so glad I decided to bring my mid-weight base layer, and of course I'd always bring my puffy jacket. But it's just for the next couple days. It's supposed to get up into the middle 70s during the day, and each shelter is going to be down in the 50s.
Down to Florida, when I think the Florida Trail, I used it down there. It hasn't worked right since.
Yeah.
I tried to use it just for the fun of it. I kid you not. It's almost like I blew the calibration out of it.
Oh yeah. Well, that's nice, huh? Definitely. Oh yeah. I'll be hiking that.
Yes, you will.
Wow. Yeah, because I'll come down the gap, so I'll be on those ridges up there.
You'll actually be around the other side of that. But
wow.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to be a beautiful day too. This whole week is going to be like that. I have made it to Hot Springs. My shuttle driver dropped me off probably about 15 minutes ago. Fixing to cross the French Broad River, and as soon as I cross the river, I'll start my climb up to the top of those mountains up there. Today is my longer day. This first day on trail. I've got about an 18-mile day to the second shelter. My goal is to get back to the town of Irwin, where my resupply box is. That's where my shuttle driver, Steve, Unicoi Shuttles, give a shout out to Unicoi Shuttles. That's where he is out of, and he's gonna meet me and give me my resupply box in Irwin. That'll be on Tuesday. It's Saturday morning, April 13th. They got a lot of rain the last few days around here, so the water sources are flowing for sure. Yeah, this is the French Broad River. We'll have a viewpoint up on top here in just a little bit. I'm in the middle of through hiker season. This is where the quote-unquote bubble is. It's in Hot Springs. There's lots of hikers around here, so I'll be seeing lots of people on trail. But exciting day. Glad to be back on trail. Look at that. Springs. I'm walking along the French Broad River now. I'll do this trail. You can see there's people all around, but not many. There's a lot of day hikers. It's probably in the mid-50s. It's a nice day. I'll give you a view once I get on top of this river looking down. It's called Lover's Leap, is the lookout point that we'll be getting to here in a minute. Okay, first viewpoint of the day. I made it to an overlook called Lover's Leap. There's downtown Hot Springs over there. Right down there. It is a beautiful day, y'all. What a day to be hiking. That is the French Broad River. Last year when me and Kevin finished up, we came from down over here, down this ridge, came all the way down here, and we dropped into Hot Springs back there. And that's where we got off at. Max Patch is back over there. Oh, Max Patch is back over there. And we came down that ridge. And so this morning, I started off over there where we left off at the same trailhead. I crossed the river that you saw, and I wound my way up the side of the mountain. And here I am, pushing forward. All right, it has gotten breezy. The higher up I go on the mountain, here's a different view of the French Broad River. Right there. There's the town of Hot Springs down there. All right, I'm turning away from this will probably be one of my last views of Hot Springs. All righty, Rich Mountain Fire Tower is next. All right, little flat spot here for a little bit. Figured I'd just show y'all a little bit of views. That's what I'm working with this morning. It's windy up here. That same system that passed through our hometown a couple days and caused some damage, tornadoes and whatnot, it passed through yesterday. It rained the last couple hours of me driving to my spot, and then it was cold overnight with the rain, but this morning it all cleared out, and now we got a north wind blowing, but that wind will settle down throughout the day. But anyway, there's my office for the day. I got a 18-mile day, and I've already been 2.5. You probably can't tell, but man, oh man, oh man, the views are coming in. There's a mountain range way back there in the center of my screen. Way back there. I'm wondering if I'm gonna be crossing that. I'm sure I will. It looks awfully tall. All right, look at these views. I'm on the back side of the mountain. There's no wind. Man, man, man. Thank you, Lord. A beautiful day. All right, serious moment here. So I'm walking down trail, and you can see people ahead of you. Well, probably as I round the bend, about 50 yards ahead of me, maybe even 25, I see what is a lady. She's wearing a skirt, a lady in her 50s, it appears. No backpack. Sandals, clearly out for a nice, beautiful hike. As you can see, it's a beautiful day. And we got to a trail junction, and she stopped, and it was just really saying the name of the trail. There were no arrows saying which way to go. And so I walked a few feet. I said, pleasantries, good morning. I walked a few feet past her, and I was like, hold on, let me make sure she's okay. She was just staring at the sign, trying to read it. I turned around and said, is everything okay, ma'am? Do you need anything? He said, I'm trying to figure a way, which way back to town, and we were in a trail junction. And she pointed down a side trail, which was not, back to Hot Springs. And I said, are you meaning Hot Springs? She said, yeah. I said, and I looked at my watch. I said, it was 3.6 miles back that way. I just came from Hot Springs. I said, do you need water or snacks or anything? I've got my water. I mean, it's clean, but I've been drinking off of it. And she said, no, I'm fine. She didn't have no supplies, nothing. And so I said, do you need water or snacks or anything? She said, no, I'm fine. She said, how far is it? I said, it's 3.6 miles. I said, that's to the far end of Hot Springs. Probably this side of Hot Springs is probably 2.6 miles. And she said, okay. She said, I can make it. I said, are you sure? She said, oh yeah. So when you get on the trail, yeah, it's fun and games and all, and it's beautiful and all the things, but you need to be ready. I mean, you're in their area. You're in the animal. This is their home. You are in nature. This is not a walk in the park. I mean, there's drop-offs. You got to cross sketchy areas. You're probably without cell signal. I didn't check to see if I have cell signal right now, but I probably don't. You need to have food, your water. You need a first aid kit. I have an emergency. This thing right here is my Garmin InReach. It's an emergency beat. SOS function on it. If I get in trouble, a life-threatening emergency, I push that SOS button. It triggers the SAR, the reaction team, wherever they're at, whoever they are, and it'll hone in on my beacon and come find me. That's a luxury, but man, it gives you a peace of mind. Yeah, you need to have shelter, food, clothing. I mean, yeah, it's nice for a day hike, but if you're going to do a day hike, at least have a map, have some food, a day pack or something, a little snack, a little water. But that's my thing. I see a lot of people come out here unprepared. When we were in the Grand Canyon hiking, as severe of a climate and atmosphere as that was, we saw people just walking down in sandals with a 20-ounce bottle of water. And they were calling themselves wanting to cross the canyon. I'm like, what? So anyway, enough of that. Just be prepared, folks. My wife preaches that to me all the time. She wants me to be safe. I am safe. She worries, but I'm safe. Look at that sky, y'all. Man, beautiful day. Thank you, Lord. I'm fixing to shed this base layer. It's about 10:30. If I had to guess, it's middle 60s. It's breezy. When you get on the other side of the mountain, the breeze picks up, so it gets a little nippy. Plus, I probably have a little sweat going on underneath here, but I probably need to go ahead and stop and shed it and wear just my hiking shirt and manage my temperature like that. All right, onward and upward. Been 1 hour, 26 minutes, 3.78 miles. I'm averaging 22 minutes, 30 seconds mile, which is spot on, considering I didn't get started till 9 o'clock, maybe 9:20, and I got my longest day of this hike, 18 and a half miles. So I got a late start, so I got to hump it. But we're gonna make it. We pull into camp probably around 6:30 or 7 this evening. So this is one of the cool features coming out of Hot Springs. I've been 5 miles even from where I got dropped off. Hiking 1 hour and 50 minutes. Pace is 22:14. And check this out. Morning. Alrighty. Nice little dam here. Cool. I didn't want to film too much back there. People were sitting back there. But anyway, it's been a nice walk so far. Nice little pond. You got to climb up to it. A dammed pond right here on the trail. Appalachian Trail. Well, looky here. Here's another little bench. Let's check this one out. Let's see what this view has to offer. Oh, that feels good just to take a load off for a second. Look at that. It's a beautiful day. Man, look at that. All right, made it to Rich Mountain Fire Tower. We'll go up here and take a look. There's other people up here, so. Oh.
Asheville that way. Probably. Asheville is to my left.
Let me keep going. What a day. 9 miles to get here. It took me 3 hours and 19 minutes, which is just under 3 miles an hour pace. I was at 2.8 mile an hour pace, which I'm very happy with that. I climbed a lot of mountains to get here. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Let me walk around. There's lots of people up here. Look at this. Wow.
I've never heard of it.
Excuse me. All right. That was a nice looking fire tower. There was a lot of people up there. I didn't stay very long. 3,900 foot elevation. I'd been hiking at that point 3 hours and 19 minutes. 8.9 miles, so just about 9 miles. A 22-minute pace, which is very satisfying. Leaving that fire tower, I got 2.7 miles to the first shelter. That's where I'm gonna stop and take a break. I really hadn't taken a break yet. I'm gonna unload, take my pack off, get something to eat, rest my muscles, refill my water. Just, took about a 45 minute break there, recover just a little bit, get some protein in me, some carbs, and then I got to get to this next shelter after that one. Hey, good morning.
Come on, sir.
Thank you. You have a good one. After that shelter, which I don't know the mileage, but I got to get to the second shelter. So that's the reason I said I was going to be pulling in there late, around 6 or 7 this evening, because it's already after 1. Right now it's 1:15. So I'll get to that next shelter, this first shelter, around 2 o'clock. Take a little break. I'll probably end up pushing out of that shelter somewhere between around 2:30 or 3, and make it to the next shelter. But anyway, you can see the trail. It's technical right here, a lot of rocks. You got to be careful. Probably shouldn't be filming, but I just want you to get a view of the trail. And yeah, let me make some miles here. Seen a lot of people out on trail today. I don't blame them. It's a beautiful day to be out. All right. All right, just had a good visit with about 7 or 8 people on bikes. They're just out enjoying the day, doing a nice trail ride. They got all the gear on. We chatted and pushed forward to the shelter. All right. Hey, good afternoon. All right, how are you? So there were people asking me how do we get water. So I stopped at the shelter, and about 100 yards from the shelter is what's called a pipe spring. Somebody sticks a pipe in the side of the mountain and makes a nice little water source. And you put your CNOC water bag, you open it up and you fill up, and you go back to the top and you filter. That's how we get water on the AT. All right, let me climb back up that hill, back to the shelter. All right, I took lunch at the Spring Creek shelter. I got there about 2 o'clock, 2:15. Had a nice lunch, recharged on my water, filtered it. Had a leftover breakfast biscuit from this morning. I think it was sausage, egg, and cheese. I ate that. Ate a couple of my protein bars. Put some electrolytes in my water. And I got 8 miles to the shelter for this evening. And I left the shelter just now at 3 o'clock p.m. So I figure it's going to take me 3.5 to 4 hours to get there. That'll get me getting there between 6:30 and 7 this evening. And we'll be good to go. Have a good one. All right, little view of my stroll. I'm on a ridge. Look how nice and flat that is. So yeah, there's climbing and there's going downhill, and all of that takes work, but there's just as much ridge walking and flat walking. It's not always up or down. And this is where you can make your miles, right here. It's flat. Open up your stride, make some miles, and enjoy the view because there's no tripping hazards. It's just nice. Over here is the woods. Straight ahead of me, the rhododendron. It's been a beautiful day. Everything, not too much is in bloom. Every now and then you'll see some green plants shooting up out of the ground. You also get a lot of this, what we call the green tunnel, where you just kind of, it'll even be more so in the spring and summer. This will all be closed up and you'll just be walking through a tunnel. Look at that, look how nice that is. A little downhill grade, nothing major. Anyway, I'm about 5.5 miles from the shelter. Alrighty, guess what I found? I found the cookie lady. So on these parts of the Appalachian Trail, this lady is known for providing free cold water to the hikers and free cookies, homemade cookies. She's called the Cookie Lady. She's literally 1/10 off the trail. And you just walk up to her house, help yourself to a cookie, get you some fresh, cool water, which I need. I'm down to a 1/4 liter. Use it. There's an outhouse right there. And then you get back on trail. Look at this. The Cookie Lady. Yes. I needed this. I needed this. Yes. Look at this. How cool. You can sit on the porch. Look at this. The Cookie Lady. Somebody inside waved at me. Oh, man. Look at this. Look what we got today. Peanut butter cookies. Additional $2 each. The first one is free. Wow. And you got fresh water right here. Look at this. You got hand sanitizers. You can sign your name, where you're coming from. Oh, yes. Yes. All right. Let me enjoy some cookies. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is, this place. Wow. All right, man, peanut butter cookie. Oh, I ate one and I bought one and I put it in my backpack. When I get to camp tonight after dinner, oh boy, that's gonna be my dessert. I topped off with water. Oh, I got 3 miles to the shelter. It has been a day. Let's see. 17.43 miles on my Garmin. Oh, that includes doing like this little piece right here off the trail and walking around the shelter, you know, so. Oh. But it's not far off of 17. I think the total miles I thought was going to be about 19 point something. So, and that makes sense if I'm going to still got 3 miles. That's going to put me right at 20. All right. Unfortunately, this last stretch, I got about 1,500 foot of elevation to climb. And it's 5:15 p.m. So let me put this away, get these last 3 miles, and oh, that's bright. When I get to the shelter, I'll film the shelter and show you where I'm staying at. All right, I'll be there in 3 miles. All right, wrap up for the day. Made it to the shelter. This is Little Laurel Shelter. It's 19 miles from where I started today. I did a total of 20.4 miles. That includes like Trail Town and just moving around, but hiking miles was like 19 and change. It's a beautiful sunset. It's almost 8 o'clock here, Eastern time, 7:53. And the sun is just now going down behind over there. So, great day of hiking, first day back on trail. My shoulders are a little sore, but my legs feel good. My feet are tired. I'm gonna go get in the shelter. It's chilly. The temperatures didn't drop back off, probably back down into the 50s again. I'm gonna go check out my videos, see what I can do, and then probably be asleep in 30 or 45 minutes. Don't have quite a long day tomorrow. Only got like 14 miles, I think. So, yeah, let me show you my setup inside the shelter. Here's where I eat dinner. But got my AirPad, my Enlightenment Equipment quilt, super warm, 20-degree quilt. Got all my water for during the night. Got me a couple of snacks to snack on before I go to bed. Got my recharger, my battery bank. I'm going to charge up all my devices. Got my beanie in there, my pillow. Got my extra puffy, my hoodie on, just if I need, and I got my gloves in case my hands get cold. So, yeah, got everything I need right there. Well, day 1 in the books, 20 miles. Great day of hiking. Finished up from Hot Springs, North Carolina to Little Laurel Shelter. There's 3 or 4 other people camped here. I'm the only one in the shelter though. That's my pack hanging up. All right.